Hi everybody, I'm Evan and you're watching Jump TV. I have completed my Evercade collection. Well, almost completed. I got 2 carts on the way. Those are coming out in July. I also pre-ordered the Evercade Alphas. So what is the Evercade? Well, here's where I'm going to show you my whole Evercade collection and I'm going to tell you what the system is. Let's take a look. Alright, well we are going to go ahead and start off and I'm going to talk about the handhelds real quick. This is the original model of the Evercade handheld. It retailed for, I don't know actually what it's going for now because I've had this for a really long time. It retailed for $99, which is actually pretty good, and it came with the first 2 cartridges for the home release, which is really awesome. So I've had this for a while. It was really good. My one complaint about it, and I'll talk about that in just a minute, but is that this one does not have Wi-Fi built in, which is, it is what it is, because originally, this system was just, supposed to be just like a handheld for the cartridges. So the cartridges fit right in the back over here, but I recently upgraded, actually over Christmas, I got the Evercade EXP. Now this is the version of the Evercade if you're going to get the handheld to get. There is another version coming out in July called the Evercade EXP-R, I believe is what it's called. I'm going to put the image right here. It has better speed and better cartridge loading and a bunch of other things. But this one right here, which I'll get a little close up right here, it's about the same size as like a PSP. So it fits in the palm of my hand. Cartridge slots go in the back, and then this one actually does have built-in Wi-Fi, so it can download updates, which is great. It has a headphone jack on the bottom. It uses a USB-C on the very bottom down here. You got volume, and then up here you have HDMI, so you can actually plug this into your TV, and the power switch is right here. So if you turn this thing on, it says Blaze Entertainment. Ba-bam! Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the cartridges themselves, and there's 3 types of cartridges for the Evercade system. The first one are the blue ones, and as you can see right here, I just recently got numbers 1 through 6. These are the ones that are currently released as of the making of this video. The blue ones are the computer versions, so this is the Commodore 64 third collection. So if I open these up, all of these come with a full colored manual, which is awesome. And then the cartridges themselves snap out of these little cases and they go right in the back of your Evercade system, which is great. And then on the Evercade itself, it actually loads all of the games up onto it, which is really nice. The second type of cartridge that the Evercade comes with are the arcade releases, and these are the ones that are in purple. And right now they have 10 that are out and about. There are having more of these released in the future. They just announced there are going to be 2 more. There's a Data East and then another one coming out. I think it's the Toa Plan 3 if I'm not mistaken, which is really awesome. But the thing I like about the arcade releases is it uses the functionality of this to a whole nother level. So you can play in handheld mode like this, or a lot of these arcade releases actually have vertical shooters. So these 2 buttons right here, your A and B button on the left hand side, you can actually flip it like this and play your vertical shooters like this. It's pretty sick. I really like it. Now, I'm not going to get into every single game with every single part of this Evercade system, although I will show that I have every release from all of the Evercade. I recently, just this past week, finally found the one that I was missing, so I was able to complete my Evercade collection. I'm super stoked about it, and I cannot recommend this system enough. It is awesome. It does so many things, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a walk over here and show you what the console itself looks like. So the console is called the Evercade VS, Evercade Versus, and it's about the same size as a Wii U, and I have it plugged into my main TV out here because I use this system a lot. It's a really fun system for playing games with your friends and just kind of getting it going. So in here, it actually has a double cartridge port, which is cool because what happens is they're hot swappable. So I can pop 2 random cartridges in, and then all the games will load on the menu in alphabetical order. It's pretty sweet. So if you're not playing, if you don't want to play the arcade releases and you want to move over to like PC, you can just take them out, pop them in, and the game will automatically just refresh, and then you're able to play all these games. Now, I really like the controller. It's actually almost the same size as the handheld, but it's really cool. It has kind of like that Super Nintendo vibe to it. You got L1, L2, R1, R2 on the top. You have the home button in the center. You have a directional pad, start, select, and then you have A, X, Y, and B. These are sweet. These only retail for about like $25. That's really good. I only have 2, but I am looking on getting a couple more. So on the Evercade system, there are so many hidden gems on this thing. It's ridiculous. There's every time I plug this thing in, I find a new game that's just like, I didn't know it was on here. So I get to be, super excited all over again. But I'm gonna show with you 6 hidden gems on the Evercade. The first game is Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel. Now this game is ridiculously expensive for Super Nintendo and for Sega Genesis, so I was super stoked that it's on this collection. It's on the Sunsoft Collection 2, and it's a spin-off series of Arrow the Acrobat, where you play as Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel. He's kind of like the Knuckles of the Arrow the Acrobat franchise. You have ninja stars, double jump. It's a really old school platformer, and I love this game. It's pretty difficult, as you're seeing here by the game capture footage. I've beaten it, but it took me a while to beat. But this next game I want to show is called Donut Dodo, and it's on the Indie Heroes 3 collection. Donut Dodo is so addicting. You're this little pastry chef, and you're trying to catch all these like donuts. You're trying to avoid like frogs, dodos, rats, toilets. It's pretty ridiculous, but you're trying to get all of the stuff and then get to the donut at the top. This next game is an Evercade exclusive. It's called Full Void. It's kind of like Flashback, where you're kind of walking through, you don't really know, you're like in like this dystopian kind of world taken over by like robots and stuff, and it's a lot of puzzle solving, a lot of adventure, and it's pretty slow paced, but the atmosphere of this game is really cool. It's really creepy, and I love it. I played it for about an hour and a half straight when I first got this cartridge, and yeah, I absolutely love this one. Cyberdyne Warrior is a really fun one. This is on the 3rd Commodore 64 collection. This is like a run and gun platform shooter, and it's really awesome. It's kind of Metroidvania-ish. It's way older than Metroid, but it's a really fun game, especially if you're into like Commodore and old school computer games, and the soundtrack rips in this game. As far as arcade releases, we got The Gate of Doom. This game is great, and then I'm gonna go ahead and play as the ninja, because I like ninjas and I like samurais, and you are just bombarded by enemies this entire time. I mean, you throw in ninja stars, and you can use the mace if you're the knight. You have magic, you can be the archer. This game is great. Brandon and I actually played this to completion when he was over a couple weeks ago, and it is amazing. But a game I really want to talk about is Xeno Crisis. If you guys like cooperative shooters, Xeno Crisis is the game for you. It's kind of like Aliens mixed with like a couple other things, but you drop in on a ship, and it's a twin stick shooter, and you are just melting enemies this entire time. This game is very challenging, but I love it. Definitely worth it. Guys, that is a look at the Evercade and my collection. If you liked what you saw, you can check them out on Amazon. They're kind of all over the place, but Blaze Entertainment is what the parent company is. So if you like what you saw, give this video a like. Always like and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for all the love and support. My subscribers are growing, and I'm really, really stoked about that. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.